Car 32, robbery in progress, Eames Market, 3217 Mohawk Street, 11:26 a.m.
Car 32, 10-4.
Proud and sad. Proud because the heroism of Officer Thomas Hood undoubtedly saved the life of a child who might otherwise have fallen victim to a felon's gun. To you, his grieving family, I have the honor to present this award for valor. A small expression of the pride, respect, and gratitude the citizens of Urbantown feel for the men of their police department.
Urbantown, USA. Does it feel pride and respect and gratitude for the men of its police force? And if not, why not? The answer lies in some problems of urban life today. Snarled traffic, bad housing, polluted air, racial ghettos, overcrowded transportation, obsolete schools, inadequate recreation areas, and police facilities badly in need of modernization. The policeman did not create these problems, and he alone cannot solve them. Yet, as the visible symbol of authority, he is often blamed for them and resented by citizens who are frustrated by urban living. Traffic control brings the policeman into abrasive contact with more citizens than any of his other functions.
Oh, that's all I need today. Some joker giving me the where's the fire routine along with a ticket. Why aren't they out catching crooks anyway? Maybe I can use my brother-in-law's name. Or even a $5 bill. Cops. They give me a pain.
You, the professional police officer, can change this negative image. It starts by understanding the other man and his problem. Maybe his morning started like this. Burnt toast. And cold coffee. Maybe the wife nagged. The kid cried. And now he was late for work. Maybe the drive to town was slow. The traffic downtown heavy. The day promised to be another scorcher. And now, you. Sure, the day might have started badly for you both, but you can't afford to lose your head. You're the professional.
Good morning, sir. May I see your driver's license and registration card? You went through the stop sign at 3rd Street, and I'm giving you a citation. However, if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. You might be interested in why we have a stop sign there. Last year, Mr. West, there were numerous accidents at this intersection. Since the yield sign was changed to a stop sign, there have been none. Of course, this saving in lives and property can only be accomplished if good citizens like yourself observe the law and honor the stop sign. Good day, sir.
You have changed the police image for this citizen from negative to positive by being courteous as well as competent. One of the marks of the professional policeman.
Upon my way, trees and flowers were wrapped around with people's cast-offs on the ground. The roads all noise of glass.
Most policemen are decent, conforming, middle-class family men. They have all the virtues, and many of the prejudices of their background and generation.
Uh-oh. Here's the fuzz. Why are cops so square? Why do they push us around? Why can't they let us dress and act the way we like? Now he'll give us a hard time for nothing. Cops.
You, the professional police officer, can change this negative image. Sure, their clothes seem ridiculous. Their personal appearance offends you. Their attitude makes you angry. But silly fads are a part of being young. Maybe you wore a zoot suit yourself once. This bunch doesn't have much sense yet, but you do. Too much sense to make keep off the grass into a big deal.
You'll have to find another place to sit. The signs are there because the area has been recently seeded and needs the protection. Why don't you move on down to the fountain? It can be just as private down there, and there are benches to sit on.
You have changed the police image for these young people, tomorrow's citizens, from negative to positive. You have done it by keeping your sense of proportion. You have used what is often uncommon sense in the performance of your duty, another mark of the professional policeman. To the citizen with a real or fancied complaint, the police image depends upon how efficiently, promptly, and courteously that complaint is acted upon.
7th Precinct, Sergeant Humphreys.
Oh, the most terrible thing has happened. Someone has stolen my best pearl necklace. What? What did you say? My name? I'm Mrs. John DePeister of 1200 Regent Drive. Well, I missed them just now when I was trying to select my jewelry for the opera tonight. Oh, would you hold on a minute while I turn down the television? Oh, I do hope I'm doing the right thing in calling the police. Maybe I should get one of those brilliant private eyes.
You, the professional policeman, can change this negative image. To do this, you must learn to live with the fact that no policeman has a single boss. He has thousands. The citizens feel, and rightly so, that they pay your salary with their taxes. They expect good service from the public servant they have hired, you. Sometimes
Yes, ma'am.
they do not make easy masters.
No, ma'am. Do something? Yes, Mrs. DePeister. While we've been talking, 2 detectives from the burglary squad have been dispatched. They should be there any minute.
Oh, Captain, please stop them. There's been a terrible mistake. My maid just found my pearls. I must have left them on the bathroom shelf. Oh, I'm so sorry. But I do thank you for being so attentive and efficient. You know, somehow I never thought policemen would be so helpful.
Well, the customer isn't always right. But because you treated her as a customer, you have changed her negative image of the policeman.
That's all right, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Goodbye now.
And she did call you captain. The street patrol is the cornerstone of law enforcement and crime prevention. It may be motorized or on foot. Good policemen know what is happening on their beat. Professional policemen understand why. That is why the professional policeman can enforce the law without harassment of the innocent or the non-involved. Even in districts with high crime rates or racial tensions, he respects the dignity of each individual. Many people do not believe this professional police approach exists.
He'd better not start calling me boy. Here comes that move along, break it up bit. Where does he expect us to move to?
What's he gonna do? Put us up against the wall and spread eagles and frisk us like the last?
You, the professional police officer, can change this negative image. There are many things that you can't change. Memories of segregation, personal indignities, and worse. You are not a social worker or a psychiatrist. No, you're a policeman. Your job is to enforce the law. When you learn to do it with impartiality and understanding, as well as authority and bravery, you become a professional police officer. Sometimes the difference between the two is a very small thing.
Hi.
Yes, a very small thing.
How you doing? Hello there.
But behind it is a recognition of human dignity, regardless of color, or neighborhood, or economic status. And that isn't a small thing. In every contact with the citizen, whether crucial or casual, the professional police officer creates a positive image. This is community relations at the street level, the first mile on the road toward a greater police role in the urban community. The second mile, the one the Bible tells us marks the true community servant, is a departmental responsibility, from the chief right down to the patrolman. Guideposts along this second mile are marked. Information, education, participation. Information may be the chief holding a press conference.
Have made law enforcement more challenging for the police. But we know that philosophically they're in our great historical tradition of protecting the liberty of the individual and the rights of the accused. Practically, if in the future any of these decisions clearly works against the public interest, clearly endangers public safety, they'll be modified by legislation or reinterpreted in law. Meanwhile, we're meeting the challenge by better investigative work. We're expanding our detective bureau and our record system, and we're using the facilities of the FBI to a much greater extent. Now, are there any questions?
Chief. Public information. One community service that marks the professional police department. Part of the positive image. Education may be teaching policemen about public relations, or teaching the public about the police department. Most effective are well-planned programs in the schools. Visits may be made to the local precinct station, or to police headquarters. The success of the FBI tours in the nation's capital has proved the interest that young people have in police work. The tour includes some spectacular aspects, but it should be also planned to stimulate some new attitudes about law enforcement in these impressionable young people.
Every unlawful act that requires serious police action becomes an entry, either here or in the separate files maintained for juvenile offenders. So you can see it is very important to stay out of trouble. A single foolish act may follow you for the rest of your life. Any of you who would like a souvenir is welcome to step up and have his fingerprints taken. Any volunteers? All right, you first.
Education comes from experience as well as teaching. Personal contact with policemen is particularly valuable in giving young people a positive image of the policeman as a man, as well as a symbol. The most important guidepost of all on that second mile to community service is participation. The problems of the precinct are the problems of the neighborhood. So the police captain meets regularly with a community group he has helped to organize. It includes businessmen, labor leaders, and professional men, clergymen, health and social workers, parents, and teachers.
As you know, a number of new families have moved into our neighborhood, the refugees of Castro. Couldn't ask for nicer people. They never give us any trouble. But, well, maybe it's the language difficulty, but they seem to find it difficult to cooperate with policemen. Anybody have any ideas? Yes, Rabbi Bernstein.
Well, Captain, John, I think one must have lived and suffered under a police state to really understand this feeling. Afterwards, it takes years before you trust any policeman. I know. Of course, if you can get these people to know your men better. Do you have any Spanish-speaking policemen in your precinct?
Yes, there's Patrolman Valdez. He's from Puerto Rico. And I guess I could ask headquarters to get us a few more. You think that would help?
To give a positive image? Yes, John. Before newcomers can cooperate, they must communicate.
Good. I'll give it a try. Thank you, Rabbi. Now, on this problem we're having with vandalism...
This is participation at the precinct level. The grassroots cooperation between police and community that can prevent crime by alerting the professional policeman to possible trouble before it starts. What can the positive image do for you? It allows you to participate in your community as a husband, father, citizen, to leave the closed-in social world of policemen who feel somehow rejected by society. The positive image can send you on duty as a proud professional police officer, not part of an army of occupation. This it can do now. And your community will support this positive image with new and better facilities, more modern and sophisticated equipment, even promotion and pay. Finally, the positive image will make your job safer and more rewarding by gaining for you the respect and the positive cooperation of the citizens whom you are sworn to protect.